Darth Vader issue 39 finds Ort-6 and the other droids searching for Zed, and Oryx considers the possibility that Zed was infected by the Scourge in the chaos on the fight on the Executor. Zed appears from the shadows, confirming that he was infected, and he finds it a pleasure to have this third chance to meet Vader. The tri-droid that Zed infected rises from the ground of the Techno-Union factory, advancing on Vader, who shocks it with his electro staff and blasts it with his Zali shield. The shield has no effect whatsoever on the tri-droid thanks to it being fully shielded, both from electrical attacks and the Kyberite shield blasts. The infected Zed wonders if Vader could use the Force to dismantle it, but he doesn't have control of the Force anymore, which is a shame. The tri-droid batters Vader around like he's nothing as Erex attacks Zed, demanding to know who the droid is. Zed stabs his hand into Arex's insides, shocking the droid and assuring him that he will feel much better once he's part of the Scourge. He finds that he doesn't have the means to incorporate Arex into the Scourge though, but when more arrive, he will consume him and then the droid will understand. Vader defends himself against the tri-droid, telling it he can't be defeated by yet another machine. Zed assures him that he isn't just a machine, he will be part of every machine and anything that's part machine, wanting to put Vader's abilities to better use than he can. Despite his wounds, Arex returns, telling the droid that using the Force requires a lifetime of training and the Scourge could never master it. Again, he is grabbed by Zed, who realizes that Oryx served the Jedi at one time, wanting to see what teachings he has retained. Zed hacks into Arex's systems, reciting the Jedi code, but Vader corrects him, telling him that hate doesn't lead to suffering, hate leads to power. Vader is battered away by the tri-droid as G99 tries to help Arex up, and the droid decides that if Vader's strength comes from hate, then they should give him more to hate. Arex and G99 turn on Vader, telling him that they are just trying to help him. Ort-6 wants to stay out of this mess as Vader blasts G99 with the Zali shield, shattering his armor. Arex is frustrated that this isn't working as Vader keeps on blasting. He tells Vader that he is doing this for his own good, asking the Dark Lord who he really truly hates. The tri-droid opens fire on Vader, who remembers his childhood on Tatooine and how Qui-Gon admitted that he was not there to free slaves. He remembers his mother dying in his arms and Palpatine telling him that he was the one who killed Padme. Vader realizes that it's himself who he hates the most, dropping his weapons as the Force floods back into his body, causing him to grab the tri-droid and crush it. He unleashes his lightsaber for the first time in weeks, cutting the droid to pieces before confronting Zed, who can't help but be flattered. The Scourge finds it interesting that his powers come from hate, and when Vader dug deep, he found that he hated the Scourge the most since he fears him. Arex, however, tells the Scourge that he is nothing to Vader as the Dark Lord cuts Zed's head off, destroying the Scourge within him. Vader immediately turns the blade on Arex, who tells him that the Force is everything. Vader disagrees, killing Arex and proclaiming that he is everything. Vader trudges his way back to his fortress to recuperate, allowing Palpatine to contact him through the Force. The Emperor finds that he looked deep into himself and found the person he hates most, and Vader confirms he did, but also he looked deeper than that and found that he hates the Emperor the most. Palpatine is pleased, hoping to see Vader on Coruscant real soon.